Hey, hey, brothers, sisters, all my kings and queens. It's your boy Mduduzi back with another video. Today is Monday, the 8th of July, my sister's birthday, you feel me? But yeah, 2024, because I leave that out, and when I replay videos, I always want to know like when was this shot, which year. Anyways, let's get right into it. As you can see by the title, don't hate the player, hate the game. I just want to talk about my experience, you feel me? Yeah, and I'm going to try look into the camera more because I see that in my other videos I be deviating and it looks like I'm kind of shy, if I could say, or not focused, or yeah, whatever. But yeah, so don't hate the player, hate the game. What I've seen, right? I just got a haircut, not today, but you know, haircut's still fresh. What I've seen is there is a game out here. And what I mean by that is there are certain requirements, there are certain levels in life when it comes to dating, status. It's just things of this world, right? I'll call it. But it's a game. And there are some who are playing the game in my own perspective and others who are not, right? So, and how do I put this? Okay, wait, yeah, let me just talk about this. There's a game, there are some who are playing, some who are not. So, as for myself, I'm in the game, right? And what I mean by that is I got my haircut on point, my beard is nicely shaved, you know, my teeth are clean, my breath is fresh. I'm dripping today, man. If you can't, it's the outfit, but if you could feel them pants, man. Oof, these pants I just got recently, the material is crazy, man. All glory to God, you know, gives us all things freely to enjoy, right? So I'm looking good. You know, like my cologne now, or the perfume I use isn't as good, right? It doesn't last, but I feel like you know, it says in the Bible, choose a good reputation over smelling good. But I still want to smell good, right? But yeah, I'll be smelling good, you feel me? Dressed good, haircut. Basically, I'm, you know, looking good, right? I'm in the game, I'm playing, right? I am attractive to women. Brothers probably see me as competition. You know, a big part of me wants to inspire the way I drip. I want to inspire it in other people, because the same with me. Like, I used to look at other brothers dripping on some, damn, I want to be there. And now I'm finally here. Doesn't feel the same, but I'm thankful for the inspiration, right? Because without it, I wouldn't want to be here. What else? You know, I'm getting my money right, you feel me? I have self-respect, you know, there's a level I hold myself to. Certain morals and values I uphold. There's certain things I look for in a woman. I don't just approach, you know. So, how I see it is, I'm in the game, you know what I'm saying? And I see it with women too, right? And what I mean by this is, you get your women who are looking good, you know, who have a nice outfit on, an outfit that maybe exposes their assets, right? Their hair's done, nails are on fleek, makeup is on point, body's looking nice, you feel me? Yeah, like, I feel like there's not much, you know, like, there's not much women can do for us, right, men, besides looking good. You know, the rest, you know, who you are, your personality and your values, your morals, how you move, is something we see after we approach you, after we want to get to know you, feel me? But yeah, as for just the looks, yeah, maybe she's smelling good when you get around her. Everything is nice about her, man. Like, and this is the game that I'm seeing. This is the different levels. You know, what car does she have? Where do you work? You know, that's like getting more into it when you start looking at other aspects, or when you get like past the initial level. Like, but this is the game, right? Like, where are you in life? Your status, this, and it's funny how you know, God is so good. You know, He's the only good one, right? God doesn't want us to, I feel like, have pride, want us to feel better than other people. But basically, this is the game on some nah. Like, I don't go for your type of woman, or for you. How can I say? I don't go for chicks like you who are maybe, if we're rating girls looks wise, who are what, below 7, or you know what I'm saying, like, oh, he's up there. He wants girls that are also up here, beautiful girls. He's a high man. He doesn't just go for anyone. You feel me? This is like the whole game when it comes to the game that I'm talking about. Yeah, and it's real. Like, it's real. Like, you guys probably know, like, there's certain sisters, certain men who won't look your way, because it's a game, you feel me? And it's either you in or you out. And what I mean by that is, I'll speak of myself as an example, right? I was out the game when I was still smoking, was wearing the same clothes. I wasn't smelling as good. I wasn't good socially, right? Like, I didn't talk to anyone like that. I wasn't getting approval from women. I mean, I feel like I'm a handsome brother, right? And I say it with no pride, but yeah, so I've always been getting like thrown, you know, oh, she's kind of into me, but like, it's not at such a level as now when I'm self-improved, right? So yeah, like, I'm not in the game. Like, I don't have nothing to my name. I wasn't working anyway, still living with, you know what I'm saying, my mom and my dad, not making any money yourself, right? So I'm not in the game. And when I talk about the women's side of it, it's like, you can see that her hair is not on point. Her hair is not combed even. I feel like some sisters, they don't care to that level, right? Her hair is not combed. I feel like beauty, you either have it or you don't. And beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? So that's something like, no matter what, you always be beautiful, even though your face has pimples, or you're just in a depressive state, all right? Or you're in a season, I won't say it's a season of depression, but you're depressed and you're not taking good care of yourself, you'll always be beautiful. But like, in terms of not doing your hair, nails, I don't really care about as a guy, right? But with the sisters that have their nails done, it shows a different level, like, of they're in the game, right? But yeah, like, your clothes are not popping, right? You're in just probably some sweatpants and a hoodie. And sometimes, man, the sweatpants and hoodie look old, you feel me? Yeah, you just, you know, like, the game for women is looks, I won't lie. Like, y'all compete with looks. Us men, it's different. But yeah, so like, you're just allowing other women to look better. But I feel like women are always, you know, like, they're conscious of it. They're always putting themselves out there. But this is for me like a woman that's not playing the game, right? You know, I'll say I've seen sisters, right, who are not attractive to me, but they've got their hair done right. Maybe they have a wig on, a weave, whatever. Their makeup is, you know, beat, you know, full face beat. So that for me is like, okay, at least she's trying. At least it shows that if her looks were different, right, she'd be a baddie. Like, her clothes are nice, but because of her looks, she isn't up there. if we're talking corner. And yeah, like what I've seen is, I just watched, can I say, a video on a brother, Elliot something. Okay, I'm not sure, but hit up my Twitter. Information is in the link tree, right? But watched another brother. He was a 22-year-old virgin, and he just went on a killing spree, right? Eventually, he committed suicide in the process. Killed about 6 people, hurt 14. And yeah, he was just talking about, I was watching kind of like a documentary on him, right? But I watched it because he had a whole YouTube channel, but it got disabled. So that documentary kind of had like footage that he had shot. But he was basically saying like, he had bought in $300 glasses. I don't know how much that is in terms of South African, but he was wearing a Hugo Boss shirt, and he was like, I'm looking good, but girls don't want me. They want these losers, They want these degenerate guys. He was basically just, I'd say, player hating, but I can understand, because part of the game, right, is if you're a nice guy, you lose. If you're nice to women, if you buy them things, if you care for her, it's like it's gonna repel her, according to my wisdom, right? But if you hold back, you keep your frame, you know what, you're better than her, right? This other sister was like to me, I'm just looking for a man that's better than me. So if basically the game is you have to be better than her, right? But if you're not all these things, right, and part of it comes, it's mostly mental, because you can have the money, you can have the clothes, you can have the looks, but she can still take you for granted, you feel me? It's a mental thing, right? The way you carry yourself. So I say all that to say, this brother, man, he had a BMW at 22, the clothes, he had money, he was staying alone, they said. So, and he wasn't getting no pussy, right? Because that's what he was after. And I feel like after much persistence he would have got, but like it had fed him. He was so fed up that he went on this killing spree, right? But part of the game is women don't want you unless other women want you, right? So that's why the title is Don't Hate the Player, Hate the Game. Women, they're not all crying or going for a regular guy. They want the guy that stands out. They want the guy that has it, right? They want the guy that's popping. You'll see this mostly in high school, but even in real life, the guy with the material assets, the guy with the money, but also with that mindset, right? He's not chasing after women. He knows himself. He's accustomed to women. So it's a game, right? So I've come to realize also with women, right? Like, and unfortunately, this has happened with girls who know God. So it just comes to show that it might be a hard wiring, right? But there's a certain trait they're looking for. They're looking for that dominance. They're looking for you to be the head, for you to be better, if I can say. I think better is the right word, right? So that's why I say don't hate the player, hate the game. When you're in this game, right, there are levels, and the higher you go, I feel like there's a certain requirement that you demand, right? So as I work on myself, as I get better, there's a certain girl I'm looking at like, damn, like, right? She may not be the best for me. She may not even be for me, but I'm like, damn, like the way she looks, just basically looks, right? Because I'll know after, right? But the way she looks, that's the type of girl I want. And all the other girls that are like, oh, I'm Duduzi, here I am. It's like, I'm looking at them like, okay, yes, y'all want me, and we should go for people that want us, right? If you want them back. But it's like, ish, you're not as attractive as I like, right? You're not what I want. So it's hard for me to go for you when I feel like, damn, I want this girl. So I say it's all a game, right? Like, there are certain girls you can't get just based off your who you are, right? Like, forget the clothes and everything. Yes, you might be that guy, right? But there are certain girls who come with the more money you have, right? Your pool opens for us guys. So it's like, it's, don't hate the player. Don't hate that. You know, as I say, for me, I was this guy who would only entertain one woman, right? Only entertain one woman. I was faithful. Let me not say I am still faithful, right? But I had a different way of going about it. My whole perspective was, okay, go for one woman, be loyal to her, you know, make yourself only available for her. But the reality is that's not the same on women's sides. Women are entertaining options, right? So the same thing with me. Like, I don't take it too serious, right? I just keep options, right? Like, I keep options around, and I'm not quick to settle. And this is the game, right? You might hate that I'm Duduzi, he's not only talking to me. But the game is, if I wasn't who I am, you wouldn't want me. And I say all that to say, like, even though there's a game, right, in this world, I believe, you know, God, he says, lean not on your own wisdom, but Proverbs 3 verse 5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own wisdom. So I believe that, you know, with the knowledge I have, I'm playing this game. I'm making sure that, you know what, I'm not committing to any woman. I'm not allowing myself to be taken for a fool, right? I'm not, you know, like, one thing that's kind of something that I held back from, right? So even though these girls were not, I was not, how can I say, were not talking or were not intimate or exclusive, right? Were even just, I'd go as far to say weren't even friends. But let's say I'm talking to one girl, and as soon as I leave and this is at my place of work, right? But let's say I'm talking to girl one, and as soon as I leave her, I go to girl two and I start talking. I can see that kind of, you know, like, that disappointment in my eyes. And it's something that I didn't do because I saw that I'm like, okay, I don't think this is the right thing to do because it hurts. It looks like it hurts her emotions, even though we're nothing, right? But it's something that I was like, you know what? I started not to care because I'm like, you know what? The reality is I'm dating none of these girls. And if they don't like me talking to another girl, then they can get lost, honestly. So I'm like, so this is the game. Like, you have to prioritize yourself, which is a thing women do. And also, you know, for me, there's a brother I follow, MS, and he's made multiple references that women are, I feel like this is the best word to use, right? But women are sluts. You know, I was trying to look for another word and I wasn't able to find it. But it's like, okay, they're not sluts with everyone, but they're sluts with a specific group. And I can kind of relate because there's this one girl who didn't say to me she was taken, even though she has a boyfriend. She kind of just played it like, she played it off. So in my eyes, I see that, oh, it's like she's keeping her options available. And there's another girl I know, right? She has a man, but when we were talking to her, right, trying to find out like, how's her relationship going, she kind of made it like, nah, yeah, we're dating, but I'm still in the game. I'm still looking for the best, right? Like, yeah, I'm with him, but he's not I found my husband. So that made me realize, it's like, for myself, don't take a girl firstly too seriously, because I feel like the game has to do with also interaction between male and female. So don't take a girl too seriously. See things for what they are, right? So also a big part of the game is what you have attracts different girls. So maybe the way I dress, girls will start acknowledging me. But I know that, okay, if I were to lose all this money, I don't expect her to stick around, right? I don't expect her to view me the same way. Even, like, I'm trusting that my wife is gonna be God ordained, so that if I do lose all my material possessions, all I have, right, that she won't leave me. But the reality is, yeah, you could lose everything and they're gone, you feel me? So I play the game. I talk to women with this understanding now that, okay, you can't be friends with women. Like, yes, I am friends with some women right now, but I don't pursue friendship with women nowadays. Not at all. And that's for me, like, is the game. Like, another part of the game is, you don't show your hand. You don't. When I say show your hand, you're not quick to tell her how you feel. It's a game, but like, the sad thing is, if you don't play the game, you lose. If you do play the game, now it's like you the bad guy. But it's like, no ways. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game. And what I've seen is, especially with us men, like, there's been a whole lot of videos where, I won't say a whole lot, but videos I've watched where brothers talk about men are just better people than women, right? Women are hypergamous. What's the word? Like, they don't love you for you. They love you for what you can provide, who you are, right? So us men, we can love like, as someone who's a multimillionaire, I can see a cashier and be like, damn, like, I want her, you feel me? Women is not the same. Like, you won't see a woman who's a multimillionaire going for a guy that's a cashier. Just reality. Forgive me, right? But yeah, so women are, I feel like as men, we're just better people, right? Because we love women. They don't really add value to our lives, or they add little value more than we are adding, but we love them for them. Whereas us, it's for what we have. So I forgot where I was going with this, but yeah, like, why you can't be friends with women? Is that the whole thing? Anyways, I'm gonna just tie it up like this. It's like, there's a game out here. If you don't know the rules of the game, if you don't know the game, it's to your own detriment. It's like with me, I don't like that I had to get in the game because of, I won't say my heart broken, right? But I got burned, right? And after getting burned, you sit back, you're like, damn, like, why did I get burned? Like, and you don't want to go through it again because you were innocent, right? It's not like you did anything to get burnt. But after getting burnt, you realize, oh, there's a game out here, right? Like, for me, like, I was innocently making friends with women. I don't mind buying you a gift, or I won't say a gift, but like, I didn't mind buying women chocolate. I didn't mind treating them nice. But then you see as another brother put it, you see how it gets you kicked in the face, or gets your face kicked in. So then you realize, okay, there's a game out here, you know. You just start taking the innocence away from your actions, right? So like, I don't just follow women to follow women. I don't make friends with females. There's a lot of women I've met, right? Like yeah, just a lot of women I've met, and now I'm like, I meet them on some like, okay, I'm meeting you, but doesn't mean nothing. Like before, like I had this whole thing like, oh, show her love, but now I'm just like, even though I'm a believer, right, I just hold back, and I'm like, okay, I met her, we'll see how it goes, but I'm not being friends with her. You know, it's like, you have to play. For me, like, I had to play the game, because when you're innocent, you get burnt, right? And that's the thing. It's like the feeling of being burnt. You don't want to go through it until you realize, like, you know what? Women are actually playing this game, right? Us men, a lot of us are not playing because we understand we don't want to be this person. But you see, women are just out here playing this game, and you feel like, if, in my perspective, like, they don't care. So the same with me. Like, now I feel like it's much harder, like, to play the game with understanding. But like, yeah, there's a big part of it where you can't care, right? You have to think for yourself. You have to be understanding, right? I feel like it just comes from understanding. For example, there's another girl who went to my high school, right? I had followed her on Insta. She didn't follow back. So for me, that was like, okay, I see what it is, right? And let me add this. I felt like she's not as good looking, right? So I would say she's not good looking. I won't say as good looking. She's not good looking, right? Like, if I know, like, if me and my brothers were judging her, she'd probably get a 5. And I'm being harsh, but this is the truth, right? So I had followed her. Like, she has her attributes. She has attributes to her, right? So let me put it like this. Yeah, nah, like, wait. She has attributes to her, but in all honesty, like, people, they'd rate her a 5. And I would also not disagree with that rating, if I'm speaking the honest truth. That's why I'm able to rate her 5. Even though I say they, I really mean me. And I feel like they would agree. And if they said it, I wouldn't disagree. And follow her, she didn't follow back. I was like, okay, that's when I was beginning to wake up that, okay, people don't just follow you because you know each other. And I didn't even know her like that. But I was like, oh, same high school, you know. But, you know, you feel me? And when I look at it, like, I had the upper hand because I'm handsome, right? Like, it's something I believe I've known about myself. It's not something that has made me cocky, but I believe I'm handsome. So I was like, she didn't follow such a handsome brother. You know what? Anyways, it's cool, you feel me? I see her the other day in real life, and I feel like she purposefully came behind me. And I chose not to acknowledge her. In my heart, I could have been like, you know what? Oh, hey, so-and-so, do you remember me? And I believe she would have played it off. She's like, oh, you know, like, even though we didn't know each other like that, she was going to play it off like, do I know you? Oh, same. Then I was going to have to be the one convincing her, same high school. So that's why I didn't do that, because I knew that. But anyways, I didn't want to, right? Like, she didn't follow me on Insta. I was like, why go out and try acknowledge her? Like, she didn't purposefully ignore me, not follow me back. And yeah, like, it moves on. Like, I saw she pulled out in her car. I was walking because I don't have a car. But it just goes to show that, like, even if I had made the effort and she saw me walking, she was gonna be like, oh, he doesn't have a car, this. Like, it's a game. Like, there's a standard to it. Like, and this is so truth. Like, I've seen girls, for myself, right? Like once I say I'm still staying at home, like they're it's like their heart drops, like their whole their whole like fantasy of me just like. And you know, for me, like I don't try to hide it, right? Like part of me wants to not tell the truth because I've seen that reaction, right? And I don't want it to happen to me. And I believe this is why most guys lie, right? Girls are like, oh, he didn't have to lie. But if he had told the truth, you weren't gonna go for him. And that's a fact there. Like if you had said, I'm living with my mama, I have no money, they weren't gonna consider you. But if you're like, oh, nah, this is my house, this, and they come to find that later that, oh, he was lying. It's like he already smashed with you thinking that, okay, he's at this level. But anyways, hey man, it's deep, you feel me? And I've seen like a whole lot of sisters, you feel me? I've seen a whole lot of disappointment, like in their evaluate. Like I've seen a whole lot of disappointment when I tell them the truth, like, you know. So basically, I know I look a certain way. Like the Bible verse that haunts me, I won't lie, is the one that says, there's he who looks rich but has nothing, but there's he who looks like he has nothing but has great riches. And I believe I'm in that phase right now because, yes, I might look good, but I don't have really I'd say a house and a car, because that's what really elevates you. That's what gives you that whole, oh, he has a lot, right? So I've seen girls being disappointed, like, oh, what? You still stay at home? There's this other girl who had asked me, is this your car, right? I was whipping in my mom's car. She's like, is this your car? I'm like, nah. She's like, oh, don't worry, one day you'll get your own. But I saw that disappointment, right? Like, so it's a game out here, like, your status and everything, they matter. And I say all that to say some are playing the game, some are not. I was recently at a mall with my nieces and half younger sister, right? Yeah, I'll put it like that. And there was this other lady, like, I was looking good, man. I was dripped out, but like, yeah. Also, her, I could see that, oh, the way she had her makeup done, she's still in the game. She had a child with her. But yeah, she was still in the game. Like, she's still making herself available. Oh yeah, and I want to talk about this, right? Like, for me, right, I had always thought that marriage is the end goal. Don't get me wrong, like, not to say that people shouldn't get better after they're married, but I always thought that, okay, once you've got your wife, you cozy, right? She's your person forever. You don't have to put in as much effort into your looks, into just whatever. But I found that, and I'm not sure, like, but I'm gonna say it from a worldly perspective, right? So worldly perspective, the whole game, right? And this is knowledge, right? But the game says, if you don't continue to make yourself attractive to other women, your woman's gonna lose interest, right? She's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? So you have to always be on it, right? Like, also for me, like, I feel like I'm not at the stage to get 2 haircuts a week, right? But once I get there, like, I'm extra crispy. You're always gonna see me crispy. Like, you're never lacking, right? And I say all that to say there's a lady, right, where I work, and man, she looks good, and like, she puts in the effort, like, and for me, it's something that didn't click. I was like, why is she always on top of her game? Don't get me wrong here, but like, she's switching up hairstyles. She's never looking crusty. Vele her, she's good looking. But like, I never understood it. I was like, why is it that it's like she's still in the game? She's still on the market. Let me say it like that. not to disrespect her. But, you know, like, with the more knowledge I've been acquiring, brothers are saying a woman never stops making herself available to an alpha, right? Just being the best version of herself to secure the best man. And don't get me wrong, I feel like you should be your best in marriage. But yeah, that's just how I see it. It's like it kind of feels like she's still in the game, even though she's not. But you know, now that there's work husbands and and all that, and I'm not accusing her, don't get me wrong, like she's doing good for herself. Shout out to her that she's never crusty. It's something I definitely peep the game, and I don't know how people perceive me, but like when I look at myself, I won't say at the top of my game. I haven't got into my gym bag, but once I get into the gym duffel, once I get more money, like God's own timing, right? Oof, like there's definitely a game out here. But yeah, don't hate the player, hate the game. As for women, like, you know, they'll go for the guy who's getting the attention, and you know, like if they get their hearts broken, it's like but like it's part of the game. And also with us guys, right, like we hate that women are hypergamous. I won't lie, I hate it, right? But don't hate the player, hate the game. It's in every woman. So it's like I can complain for life, but it won't change, you know what I'm saying? So it's like only thing I can do is get better. And don't hate the player, but hate the game. It's your boy. I'm out. Peace.